Alright, welcome back everyone. We're in the middle of the game, and you got something to say?
I do, but you wanted to quickly say something about this level first, I think, this upcoming level.
Yeah, okay. Well, Sunset Heights is a very particular level. On its own, there's not really much special about it, but this is the level that the Sonic Twitter showed off when they were marketing the game. And a lot of people's perception with this level was that it was the very first level in the game. They thought it was the tutorial level. But no, it's in the middle of the game, and the first level was a Green Hill level. Yeah.
And the problem is also it feels like it would be a first level as well, you know. Like it's a problem where it looks like a lot of the levels don't have a lot of distinction between them. They look somewhat similar, from my perception.
Yeah. One thought crossed my mind is that all the levels are essentially just a flat line when it comes to level design and spectacle. It's just a flat line.
But anyway, I've got something to say about that. The end of that last part. Technically, it's something that was brought up when we first saw Classic, actually. With this game, it's Sonic Team, or at least whoever's in charge, I don't know. But for some reason, they've decided, you know what, let's split modern Sonic and Classic Sonic. Instead of it being like, oh, Classic Sonic's the passive, let's split them into their own universes. But why? Like, yeah. I get, like, if you maybe want to have more games in sort of the classic old Sonic style, like Mania, but do you need to separate the problem I have with it is this, right? Is that this is obviously, I don't know if anything's changed since, how they're feeling since Forces, but my problem is that as a result of this, is that they want to keep certain things, either classic Sonic specific or modern Sonic specific. And I'm thinking, why would you do that? So things like, like older characters, for example, Mighty the Armadillo, Ray Flying Squirrel, Team Hooligan, that kind of stuff. Their attitude, as of this game, seems to be that they stay there. You can't have those in the modern games. Those characters you like, nope.
And Archie was like, "Yeah, we're just gonna modernize them anyway."
That's the thing, though. Is that's the thing, though. Is that rule didn't exist before this, as far as I'm aware. Before Forces, as of Forces,
no.
After Archie also left and the IDW comics started happening, apparently, it's the reason you haven't seen those characters in the IDW comic is that, like, the writers aren't allowed to use them in sort of a modern Sonic setting anymore. And it's like, but why? Why don't you just have, if you're still so set on modern and classic universe or whatever, just don't separate the characters at the very least, Like, with Sonic Heroes, they brought, like, the Chaotix back, didn't they?
Yeah, they did. I was just gonna say that that this whole multiple dimensions thing is kind of messy when you factor in the Chaotix, because they were in the classic era in Knuckles Chaotix, and they've been rebooted for Sonic Heroes.
Yeah, and that was a while ago. Imagine instead, like, it was a different team or whatever, Sonic Heroes, or this rule happened back then. We'd have never got Find the Computer Room or, the modern day.
No.
Well, we'd have never gotten the modern day Chaotix, and it's like, people still want to see that, though. It doesn't matter how long they've been
still
gone.
Want to see Mighty with the Chaotix. They want to see Mighty with the Chaotix.
Yeah, they want to see modern day renditions of them too. Like, it doesn't matter how long it's been.
Yeah.
People still want to see these characters, and they still want to see them in, like, I don't know why I'm getting so, like, I don't know why this bothers me so much, but it does. It's like, see, Espio, he he existed in classic stuff, you know, back in Sonic Heroes. I thought, let's bring back some old characters, and you know, they've been here ever since.
Yeah. And I think there's also been some, I don't know where, but I know that there were some classic Sonic exclusive characters that, you know, weren't Mighty and Ray. Just don't know what they were. The only thing that's coming to mind was
I said,
this one character.
So besides Mighty and Ray, I said Team Hooligan, so that was like Knack the Weasel / Fang the Sniper, and.
But there was also this one like canceled character from Sonic Extreme.
Interesting.
That didn't get anything.
Interesting.
Yeah.
But yeah,
I think she was like Princess Sally before Princess Sally.
Yeah. But like, I don't know. I want to see like people. I feel like would be absolutely happy to see like a modern day Ray, you know, Mighty, la-di-la, you know, and besides, think like, I don't think it makes sense from like maybe like a merchandising or like a perspective either, because just imagine if you have like classics characters and give them modern designs, you could then, if you still wanted to make classic games, give the modern characters classic designs. Then you've got double the character merchandising. Think about that, Sega. That's double the plushes you're sitting on there.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's just. I mean, also after we established, you know, it was, you know, past Sonic as well, doing the retcon, like, it's just so stupid and so silly.
Yeah, but
it's just,
I was gonna say something about this, but I kind of forgot what it was.
Sorry about that. I know I'm just real passionate about this one.
All I can think of is like this whole thing is pretty messy, and this whole explanation is pretty messy, and it doesn't factor in the fact that Sonic, the modern Sonic, has its own pretty messy explanation as how his world works.
Yeah, I mean, it's
like apparently in the Sonic Bible, Sonic travels from the human world to an animal world on a rainbow bridge.
Is that the old like sort of that was that like Sonic 1 stuff, like the American Sonic Bible? I think so, and I think they're still using it to this day. Oh, that does remind me actually. Yeah, but what about like, you know, you've got animals here. What about like humans that we saw like in Unleashed as well? I think there was
a different Earth apparently.
Yeah,
it's a different
weird
Earth.
Rules like that. It's like, why are we making it so convoluted?
This look, in my mind, there is.
Why?
The way I see it is that if you're gonna show humans and animal people in Sonic, then you have to put them on the same Earth. And I don't care if you actually explained it as two Earths in a document that no one's going to see. You know, don't base your explanations in a document that no one is going to see. If you're going to use that document in any way, you're going to have to explain it because if you don't say anything about it in 25 years, then people are not going to assume it's canon.
It's just...
They're not going to see it as canon because you didn't explain it at any point in any of the games.
It's just weird, ridiculous stuff.
So let's move on to the Wispins, because we didn't actually talk about those like at all up until this point.
Yeah, I'll stop now.
This is like
point of discussion, you know, to make it short, bring back old characters, please.
Yeah.
Maybe the comic characters too, that would be also pretty cool.
Yeah, Rally for Sally.
Tangle and stuff. But yeah, let's talk about Wispins real quick.
Wispins are, like I said before, the Wispins are, you know, a totally correct gun for Sonic. But in the case of the level that we just saw, the blue Wispin was actually a hammer. So it's more of a melee weapon, and each Wispin has its own little power, and as well as how they see it, as well as how they perform. Like, the burst is straight up flamethrower. The lightning Wispin is a whip, The blue weapon is a hammer, as I said. Then there's also.
Does it turn the enemies into actual rings? I didn't actually pay attention to that during the level.
Yes, it does, and they fly towards you. Once you hit it once to turn them into cubes, and then you hit it again for the rings.
I know people don't like that weapon because it's, I guess, slower and such. You know, you got to get close.
Actually, I like it. I'm the odd man out because I actually like it.
You've got what is it? You've got like some other wisps as well there.
Yeah, the asteroid wispin is, I think, the only rapid fire wispin in the game. Then there's the void wispin, which is pretty slow. Single shot weapon. The drill wispin is another one where it's more of a chargeable weapon, and you fly forward as a result. And then there's the hover wispin, which is more of a shotgun. And each of these wispins have a different ability or wisp ability that you can use. Burst lets you jump high, lets you do multiple jumps in the air. Cube lets you turn the enemies into cubes. Drill lets you like drill on the ground and even climb up walls. Hover lets you hover. Void is a teleport ability. And then one I don't really use all that much. What am I missing? Did I miss it? Oh, Lightning has the Lightspeed Dash. And Asteroid is Invincibility, I think.
I like, I mean, I do kind of like the wisps as a concept for power-ups, I guess, you know? Yeah, it's a bit weird seeing as, you know, considering Sonic colours, you know, that they're aliens and all that. I mean, the official, you know, reasoning is that, well, they're some just decided to stay on Earth. But and I guess I guess I like, you know, seeing how they're used for like as power-ups. I just kind of like, you know, with Sonic Team Racing, like I know they use them for power-ups. I think it's better power-ups than sort of the generic stuff they had in the like the Sega racing games before that Tim were doing it. So.
I mean, I don't mind them being in the in mainline Sonic games. It's just that they have to like find better reasons as to why they're there, because putting them in a mainline Sonic game is not really a good explanation. Because I think Lost World doesn't really explain why they're here. Forces has a better explanation, and Colors is the best explanation because it's the focus in that game.
Yeah. Also, you speak, although with the Wispins, completely demolished right there, didn't you? Demolished Infinite.
Yeah.
Was that the that was the Asteroid Wispin, right? Yeah.
That was the Burst Wispin. I used the Burst Wispin for that.
Oh, because there was an asteroid in the middle of the stage. That's why it was.
Yeah, you can use it, but I didn't follow. I think I saw Brain Scratch's commentary on this some time ago, and Ryan, at least I think it was Ryan, it used Burst Wispin as well, and you know, I just did the same thing.
And up in smoke he goes.
Yep.
And then we will face Infinite one more time, and it'll be a disappointing repeat of a boss we see just before him.
Yeah. Oh, there might not be a lot of time left, but the Phantom Ruby is quite an interesting concept.
Yeah, it's got a lot. Though, its rules seem to change depending on which game it is in. But it is pretty.
So far, it's only been in 2 games, and in Mania, it's more of a reality warper.
Yeah, reality time disruptor thing.
And then in Forces, it's just it's essentially just, you know, we make fake images. We don't really change fabric of reality. We just make fake stuff.
I'll give it that Infinite created some cool snakes in the previous level before the boss with his face on it. I think that was, you know, got some cool stuff with that and like changing gravity, I suppose. Cool.
There was also the Grand Metropolis level where it was, you know, these big monstrous looking.
Yeah, that's what I mean by like the snakes and such. Yeah.
Yeah.
Sort of those like.
I thought you were talking about like the. I thought you were talking about the first Infinite.
Oh no, not the literal snake. they're like, you know, these big, you know, gloopy. I should rather say probably the big gloopy creatures. They have hands and stuff. But yeah, we might have more to talk about with the Phantom Ruby. in the next part, or or whenever we see him
Maybe.
again.
Though I feel like we're just gonna repeat ourselves.
All right, but yeah, tune in for part 6.
Next part.
I remember you. You ran from me before. You survived then, but you throw it all away now. Killed. This will be goodbye.